if I told you there was a seismic shift in the energy sector and you're about to miss out on the next big boom? Recognizing these opportunities early could put life changing profits in your pocket. In this video, I'm going to cover why nuclear energy is making a massive comeback, and I'll reveal three stocks that are still in the early stages of what could be a very powerful long term move. Stay with me. This could be your chance to jump on the wave before it takes off. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilborn, the founder of AutoPilot Trading, and for over 30 years, I have been picking winning stocks and teaching thousands of traders to identify market leaders. I specialize in spotting opportunities before the masses catch on. Today, we'll dive into why nuclear energy is the future and highlight the stocks that could lead the charge. So, why is nuclear making a comeback? Well, part of it is because of the limitation of the traditional renewable energy like solar and wind and peak usage times. It's important that many companies have a stable 24/7 power source, particularly for AI and data center demands. So many of the companies are investing in other companies that develop SMRs. You may be wondering, what the heck's an SMR? Well, an SMR stands for Small Modular Reactor, and these are innovative nuclear reactors that are smaller, safer, and more efficient than traditional design. And they make a game changing difference in the future of clean energy. SMRs are modular, meaning they can be built on site and transported in a truck for quick deployment, reducing cost and increasing scalability. The government is really pushing low carbon energy solutions, and the tech companies, like I said, like Google, Amazon, and Nvidia, are investing heavily in these sustainable, reliable energy. The combination of the environmental urgencies and tech driven demand is setting the stage for a nuclear renaissance, and this could open the door to massive opportunities for savvy investors. The big players in this new nuclear renaissance are the tech giants, of course. We've already mentioned Google and Amazon. They're collaborating for the next generation nuclear startups to meet their climate goals and power. AI driven data centers suck up a lot of power. And here's why it looks so good. Check out this difference between the old standard nuclear plant and the micro nuclear plant that can actually fit into a semi truck. These partnerships are building up very rapidly so that, who knows, it may get to the point where you could have your own little nuclear reactor in your backyard. That'd be kind of cool. And so many of the other companies like BP, like Chevron, are also exploring nuclear energy as a way of lowering their own carbon footprint. If you like getting early heads ups on potential market movers like these, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out when we uncover the next big opportunity. Let me tell you a quick story to put this all into perspective. Remember when Nvidia and Tesla were considered risky early bets? Investors who spotted their potential early turned modest investments into life changing gains. While there's no guarantees, the nuclear energy boom could offer similar opportunities for those who act early. Let's jump on to the three stocks that we have identified for potential big moves. And the first one is called NewScale, has the ticker symbol SMR. As you can see over here on the chart, it is going up this huge climb. But let me put this climb in perspective for you. This is right here, the September 2024. And from this bottom, this entity has gone up 339, almost 350% since that time period. Now, that is moving up really fast. However, part of the thing I like about this chart, guys, is one, this is a nice, gradual, and probably a maintainable uptrend. That's excellent. Two, SMR has huge daily moves. As you see right here, the move from on Friday, this move right here was from high to low was 11%. For the week, let's take a look. The week last week, SMR moved a little bit over 36%, which is absolutely crazy. And the thing about it is while it goes up really fast, it can also come down really fast. But the big thing about NuScale to remember is that it is a leading the charge in small modular reactors. This is the leader of the pack, making nuclear energy safer, scalable, and more efficient. And this has some major players behind it. And with the regulatory milestones already achieved, it's positioned to disrupt the energy market. The recent price trends indicate that it may continue to go on up. I would like to compare this to if I take this pullback from here to here, which is a pretty significant, we think it's a significant pullback, about 59% or 60%. We've gone up here. We do not have indication that we're ready to reverse down to the downside on the weekly chart. However, it is getting long in the tooth where it could reverse down. However, I want to first be patient and be prepared and wait for a setup for this. And I'm looking for the setup to either pull back to this uptrend line here or even this longer term uptrend line here, which would put me down to about, look for a potential entry point somewhere between 27.48 all the way down to 25 to even 25, about $25 if it pulls back to that uptrend line there. And just, watch it as continues. What kind of volume has been getting? 11 million shares per day on average. This next stock just really, I get jazzed about it. I think in reality, it has a better chance of going up and hitting new highs, but also having a tremendous opportunity for a big breakout. We have a strong pattern in place. The NNE, which is nano nuclear energy. Isn't that fun to say? Nano nuclear energy. Nano nuclear energy focuses on micro reactors. Now, those are the ones would fit into a semi or a little bit bigger than that, but they're very modular. NNE focuses on micro reactors, a smaller, innovative form of SMRs designed for niche applications like powering remote areas. As a early stage company, it is high risk, but oh my gosh, high reward is also in the cards for this one. I want to emphasize that this is a very volatile stock with a strong potential growth trajectory with clear targets for speculative traders. Let's take a look at that really quick on the daily chart. We're just coming up into past highs over here. Now there's a zone over here. So how far is it going to go from here? At this time, we don't know. Is it getting overbought? Sure is. However, take a look over here. This is a newer stock. This is the weekly chart. It only did its IPO back in May of this year. And look at this, look at this cup. Huge cup as it's ground back up to the top over here. So wouldn't surprise me if we break out. I'll look for a pullback back into the breakout area, or we may just stop right here, put in a little bit of a handle. To where exactly, I am not sure. I will watch this uptrend line here that we see on the weekly chart. And over on the daily chart, that looks like, on the daily chart, I would look for a pullback back into that area there. And again, and so I'm looking for a pullback into the breakout area, which would be about the $27 level. And it also, last Friday, it went up about 23% in one day. So how am I going to trade this? Am I going to go in and buy a full position, for my portfolio? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go in quarter positions, buy a little, buy a little, buy a little, and then give it a very wide. When I say wide, I'm probably looking at around a 10% hard stop on this, but I want to buy it close to a level of support so I'm closer to my stop out area. such as I would like to buy it across the 8 and then, 10% below the 8, we'll see, that would be my stop loss. Now, am I going to take profit as I go up? That's a great question. Everybody's going to have to answer that for themselves. So progress going up, we break out, and I'll give you one more picture here. If we break out of the high, where's it likely to go? Well, got to have a good target here. And I'll just go down here to use the Fibonacci's, go back to the weekly chart, and as you can see, a 200% move of or a 100% move from this high to this low. If it breaks out right there at the 3750 level and it goes up 100% from there, that would be 6871 would be my upside target on this particular entity. And this could be one that, hey, it just keeps on launching, keeps on going. So I really like NEE. Next up, BE, which is called Bloom Energy. Now, Bloom Energy is a little bit more of a diversified clean energy company. Gives you exposure not only in nuclear, but across other avenues, such as wind, such as solar. So it's a little bit safer bet for investors looking for a balanced risk in this space. However, as you can see, we had a huge gap up, and I mean, it's run from this point here up to here. Oops. The run from here up to here is about 191%. So each one of these is showing very similar type aspects. I'll go to the weekly chart, and it broke out of this level here, about $18. That becomes my target for it to pull back to. Go back to, and it does about, a little bit over average, over 10 million shares per day. And so as you can see, we're getting kind of extended. We are extended. So I'd be looking for a pullback. This inside portion of this gap up, that whole area there is a level of support. So that's one area I would be looking at. So on BE, it shows steady growth and sometimes explosive growth. And it looks like if we're patient, we'll wait for a reliable entry point and go from there. If you're looking at to understand how to do entry points, you may take a look at the AutoPilot's PEP routine. Okay, guys, these three charts tell a story of potential. Whether you're after high growth plays like SMR or NNE, or stability like BE, the nuclear energy sector is shaping up to be a game changer for investors. If you're interested in taking your trading to the next level, check out this next video. I share some other tips on exactly what you can do to become a master trader. Aloha. God bless. Don't miss it. Click it now.